Now, as finding the equation of a line is such an important topic, I'm actually going to go over the worksheet and we're going to look at some of the key questions on this to make sure that we can do this. So, some of these we might have seen before, but we're always going to start with y equals. First of all, we're going to look where does it cross this y-axis. I know it's going to be a certain number of x's, so I can go ahead and put that as well. And then I've just got to go ahead and find out what my slope is. So I can see some points that lie on the line here, and then I'm just going to do my counting of squares. Up 2 across 1, rise over run, 2 over 1, and 2 over 1 is just 2, so that would be my equation. And after you've got used to these, you can really do these questions fairly quickly, typically in under a minute. So this one goes to -2, so I'm going to start with y equals, I'm going to put in the -2. I know I'm going to need an x, I've just got to figure out what the slope is, so I can see a few points that lie on the line again. So up 1, up 2, up 3, across 1, and 3 divided by 1 is just 3. This time it goes through +3, so y equals +3, and for this one the points are fairly close together. Up 1, across 1 to get back to the line, and 1 divided by 1 is just 1, so y equals 1x plus 3. As we don't say 1x, I'm just going to get rid of that part, and I'm just going to simply put x plus 3, and you should be looking to do that as well. This time it goes to -2, so y equals, and I'm going to put the x in already. Now I just got to find my slope. So this point and this point seem to work pretty good. So up 1 across 2, and 1 over 2 is just a fraction, so I'm going to leave that as 1 over 2. This time we go through +1, and my slope this time, I can see it goes through these 2 points, so I can go down 2 across 1. When I go down, I give that a negative slope, and -2 divided by 1 is just -2. Goes through 2, so y equals something x plus 2. Find a few points that lie on the line. Down 1, down 2, down 3, across 1. So my slope is -3 over 1, which is just -3. And once we've got the hang of these, you can see now we're probably doing these in around 30 seconds each, so these are fairly quick to do. Go through 3, find a couple of points, down 1 across 2, sure we went down, give it a negative sign, and once again that's a fraction that we can't actually simplify. Now for this one here, this is one of our special cases because it goes straight across, so we're not going to use slope intercept for this one. We should know that horizontal lines begin with y equals, and then it's just the number it passes through on the y-axis. Oops, I missed something. This one goes through 2, so y equals something x plus 2, and find some points that lie on the line. Down 1 across 1, -1 over 1 is -1, and even better for this question, as it is 1, we don't actually need to write the 1, so we can just say it's -x plus 2. Vertical lines, we should know what x equals, and then we just look at where it passes through, which is 1, so x equals 1. Fairly quick question actually. This one goes through 0, so y equals something x plus 0. Find a couple of points, up 2 squares, across 3 squares, so 2 over 3x plus 0. If we had 0, that doesn't do anything to our question, so let's just leave that as y equals 2/3 of x. Goes through 1 this time, so y equals something x plus 1. Find a couple of points that lie on the line. Up 1 across 4, 1 over 4, and that doesn't simplify. This one might not be so easy to see. This is actually a vertical line right on top of the y-axis. So vertical lines at x equals, and then we just have to look where it passes through the x-axis. 0, so that would be the equation x equals 0. This one goes through -3, and find some points that lie on the line. actually that doesn't seem to lie on the line, so I'm going to have to probably ignore that one. And actually I'm probably going to have to go back to this point here. So down 3, across 2, as I went down, let's give it a negative number, and that fraction doesn't simplify. This might be our last one. This one goes through 1, so plus 1, and it goes up 1, across 1, so 1 over 1, which is just 1, so 1x plus 1, and as it's 1, we don't need to write that, so we can just say y equals x plus 1. So that was the answer to all 15 questions for the homework. It looks like this video is under 6 minutes, so that shows you once you know what you're actually doing, you can do these questions certainly in under 30 seconds each, but make sure you learn that procedure very well.